Hey everyone, and welcome back to Art a la Carte. In this episode, I'm going to show you how to draw a cute Christmas elf. Let's get started.
Pencil and some paper, and the best part is having lots of fun with Art a la Carte.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to first lay in just the body position for my elf, and I'm not going to go into a lot of detail on just getting the layout. I have a whole bunch of videos based on how to draw cartoon characters, and so I'll leave a link to that playlist in the description box below, so if you need some extra detailed instructions on that, check those videos out. Alright, so I'm going to stop here and kind of give just a couple of basic hints with this, even though I do go into more detail in the videos. But I just start off with the basic shape circle for the head, and then just kind of draw in some quick lines for the arms and the legs, just keeping my lines really light and smooth so I can really get some good motion in there and make sure that my proportioning is well. Obviously this is not natural proportioning. I've made the head much larger in proportion to her body. It's going to amp up the cute factor. And you can have her in any position you want, but I'm having my little elf girl with her little, she's like dancing to some jingle bells or something. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to divide her face in half. That's going to go from the top of her forehead all the way down between her eyes. But I'm going to put this at a slight angle so her head is tilted. And then I'm going to have another line that's going to be her eye line. And I'm going to have it rather low on the circle so that she has a larger forehead. Also gives me room to put in some really nice big eyes for her, which I'm going to just place in there with some nice large circles. But giving your character a bigger forehead is going to also give that cute factor. Again, using a really light hand so that you can go back and erase that. If you push really hard on this part, when you go to erase it, you're going to always see a little bit of a hint of that. So you might not want to see that. So just light as possibly, as light as you possibly can is the key to that, to be able to erase it. And I have her little mouth open like she's singing some songs. Let's put her eyes in there. I'm going to give her a little bit cross-eyed look there. Some cute little eyelashes. And now we get to design her hair. So as you can see, I have her a little bit over to this side of the paper, so I have a lot of room over here. And I'm going to use that to kind of fill in her hair in a really cute little elf hat. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw out the shape of her bangs. Instead of drawing them individually strand by strand, I find that outlining shape. Now she looks a little bit like Peach from Mario. So when I'm drawing cartoon characters, I usually think of the hair in a couple different layers. So I have the front layer that's overlapping the face, and then I have the wrapping layer, which might come around here, which might be like tendrils or things like this. And then I have the back layer, which will be the hair hanging down, or if I have it in a braid. For her, I'm going to have her in some cute ponytails. So I'm going to put kind of a couple ties right up here, and then I'm going to bring out her ponytails here. And actually this one here, you're not really going to see that tie because it's really hidden behind her bangs there. And don't be afraid to overlap things. So you'll see I'm having this hair ponytail come out, but it's kind of, with the gravity, going to come straight down, so it's going to fall in behind her a little bit. And that's okay. I kind of, when I'm drawing with pencil, will draw right through the character, just so I make sure the line is moving smoothly. You can add some extra tendrils if you like. Have a lot of fun with this. Now obviously she does not look like an elf. She's really cute, but she's not elfish. And so this is where the fun comes. Now you can begin to add in some costuming detail and just kind of create your own little character. So at this point, I mean, you could use this kind of tutorial sketch idea to create any kind. She could be a little rock star or a superhero or an anime magic girl. All different kinds of fun things. So yeah, it's all about the detail. So for her, I'm going to give her a cute little elf skirt. So I'm going to have the skirt kind of come out, and it's going to go kind of these cute little triangle shapes up here. And then at the tips of each one of those, I'm going to have a nice big jingle bell. And then I'm going to give her these knee-high kind of boots. So right here at the, just below the kneecap, I'm going to cut that off. And I'm going to do the same kind of pattern up here, right along the bottom of the boots. And then come down here for the actual shoe. And I think for these feet, I'm going to put some nice big jingle bells at the bottom here. Alright, and because she's up at the North Pole, because she's a Santa's elf, I'm going to kind of give her a little bit of fur-lined outfit. So I'm going to bring a nice fur collar right around the front of her. Actually, I'm going to put a nice big jingle bell. That's what I'm going to do. Put a big jingle bell there, and then some little pom-poms coming down here. And then also some nice big round fuzzy warm fur around her. I almost said ankles. Wrists. There it is. Wrists. So there's the beginning of her costume. And you could make this as detailed or as simple as you want. I'm going to give her a little bit of a Santa hat. So up here I'm just going to very lightly sketch in how I want her Santa hat. It's a little bit challenging because of her pigtails right there. That's where we're just going to draw lightly, and again, and if you're drawing nice and lightly, you can try several different shapes. So you can see I kind of moved that around, kind of deciding how I thought it would fit the best. So there we have her hat, we have her dress, her boots. Let's give her some stripes stockings. That'll definitely help her with her look of a Christmas elf. And I want to give her some extra detail, so I'm going to give her a nice ribbon belt. Give her a nice bow right here. And kind of give some streamers coming down off the sides over here. Once you have the sketch just the way you want it, then you can go ahead and ink in the drawing, and then you can add some color. So I used my two Copic multi-liners. I have a 03 on each of them, and one is a sepia color, and one is just black. So I use those to ink this in, and I used mostly the sepia color on her, but used the black on the kind of the fur and then on her eyelids as well. But again, you can use whatever you have to ink your drawing in. If you want to ink it in, you don't have to if you don't want to. Then once the ink dries really well, you can take an eraser, erase the lines that you don't need, and then add some color. So I'm going to go ahead and use my Copics. I'm not going to give a tutorial on that because I'm still learning. You have to take a little time to learn your medium before you can begin sharing knowledge, and so it's going to actually take me quite a while to begin to feel comfortable with Copics. I am at the very beginning of figuring them out, but I thought I'd still show you guys my coloring process, and hopefully it turns out okay as I'm coloring it. But you could use, depending on the paper that you draw on, you could use markers or crayons, colored pencils, paint, whatever you want, or just leave it as a little doodle. They're super duper fun. There we go. She's all finished, I think. I'm going to put a little shadow right here. Hang on. A little shadow down just makes them look like they're standing on your paper, not floating in paper space. I learned a lot doing this piece. When I inked everything out with the sepia colored, and then I colored everything really dark, which kind of mutes out the sepia. So I think that if you want to do sepia, that you have to do lighter coloring with it, otherwise you just have no outline, unless you're going for no outline. It was very cartoony looking, so I'm figuring it needed to be outlined. So then I went back over it. First I went around with it and just gave it a border of black to see if that would help, and it did, but it just looked much better being outlined in black. So it was super fun, super cute. I really, really enjoyed doing that. I added the white details to her eyes and now some sparkles to her hair using my little gel pen. Let's see. I use the Signa brand Uniball gel pen. So if you happen to draw one of your own, make sure to post it on my Facebook page or Instagram. I'd love to take a peek at that. And as always, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. And until next time, God bless you guys, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.
Oh yeah, cute freckle face.